Hi, I'm Roger. I'm the author of a series of books called Launch Your Dev Career, available at Amazon. There's a link below. This is episode 3, and my commitment to keep my videos to 5 minutes or less is a challenge that beat me in episode 2. Now I've got a timer, and I'm ready to go. Okay, last time I said I was going to cover the following items. Let's pull them up here. But we didn't quite make it through there. And we want to jump right in to seeing our first HTML. But first, let me say something about the amazing idea that Tim Berners-Lee brought to life when he created the web. Back then, everyone was on different types of computers, and even more importantly, different word processors like WordStar, WordPerfect, MacWrite, Apple Writer, all these different word processors that all use different formats, document formats. So you couldn't easily share a document from one computer to the next unless they had the same word processor. Plus, the whole problem was there was a whole problem with physical location, right? Suppose Berners Lee wanted to read an academic paper written by someone in another state or country. They'd have to, print it out and mail it to him so he could read it. So he wanted to solve that problem. He knew computers could connect very easily, and he created this web system that allowed someone to create a document in an easy format, HTML, hypertext markup language. That's what HTML stands for. And then they could just find the other people's documents by having a link that they could click in some kind of browser. Now, the browser hadn't really been invented. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first web page and think about what was really created there. We also want to talk about what HTML really communicates. So it communicates a structure of a document. It doesn't communicate really anything else besides that. So the first thing we take a look at is this. This is a complete and valid HTML document that we have here. Now, a nice way to test a document is an HTML document is you can use a resource called jsbin, jsbin.com. And if you go there, you'll see that you actually get a pretty basic HTML document right here. Now, it has an extra thing in here that we won't talk about yet, just because it's, more stuff to learn right off. So, but I'm going to copy our document that we have. I'm going to paste it in JSBin. And we just Control V, and it's in there. Now, if you notice on the right side, it will actually show you how the document would be rendered in the browser. But there's nothing right now. And that's because all we have right now are pairs of tags that say that this is an HTML document, but we don't have any content. If we had content, it would come between a couple of these tags. This is a test. And boom, there's some content. Well, what's all this other stuff about? First of all, let's look at the beginning. Doctype Html. As I said, in the beginning, there were lots of document formats being shared. So this is a way to just immediately tell the web browser that we are going to be sending you some HTML. The document type I'm sending you is HTML. That's all that is. It's a little header that the browser reads and says, hey, I'm expecting the rest of this to look like valid HTML. Now, what is valid HTML? It's pairs of tags. Let's clip these out of here, and you'll see there's a beginning tag and an ending tag. HTML is the outer document tag. So you have an HTML and then a /HTML. Now let's put our stuff back in there, and you'll see that there's many pairs of tags here. There's a head tag that has another ending head tag. There's a title tag with an ending title tag. This one is special. The meta tag does not have a closing tag, and we'll talk about those. So we can see this is our first document. This communicates to the browser because someone had to write an application called the web browser that goes through each one of these characters and decides, hey, does this seem like valid HTML? So when you create your HTML, it's so that the browser can render it, draw what it sees on the screen for a user, so that a user can see it. Some of this stuff is markup. Markup is the kind of extra text that like an editor would use in a document to say, here, change this and do these things. Markup just tells the browser itself what to do with the text that it finds. Here is a title. So in this title, the place it would show up is up in here. But of course, this JS bin kind of overrides that, so you can't see it. That's why we sometimes want to create our stuff in our own location. So when we save the file, this is a test, and then we save the file, and we view that file. Let's say we view it in our browser, Firefox, say OK, and then you can see that that does appear up here, and it looks like I'm out of time, and next time we'll cover more.